Let's give us the basic overview of the employment-based I-140 filing process.
Yeah, sure thing. So once the perm comes back approved, right? So after you've done the prevailing wage determination, after you've done the perm filing, right? You're about 14 to 18 months down in this process. And once your perm labor certification is issued and certified, you then move on to the I-140 petition for alien worker application. The good thing about the I-140 is that it can be done in premium processing, right? So in terms of processing time, if an employer or an employee opts for it, you will get a decision back within 15 days, right? So you're not going to be waiting months unless you choose to do regular processing, but there is an option to expedite it through premium processing. To keep in mind, the perm is approved and it's only valid for about 180 days. So within that time frame, the I-140 petition must be filed. And for purposes of the I-140 petition, it typically involves collecting documentation from the employer and the beneficiary. And once those documents are collected, the I-140 petition can be filled out and filed with USCIS, right? So some of the documentation involved are education documents of the beneficiary, right? Education equivalency and evaluation documents, degree certificates. You'll also be submitting a copy of the prevailing wage determination and the certified perm. Um, you will also need employment verification letters or experience letters from previous employers, where you're going to show how you got these sets of skills that you're being sponsored for, right? And so it's a very important part of the I-140 process to be able to have already spoken with your previous employers, let them know, hey, I'm going up for an employment-based sponsorship. Would you be willing and comfortable in writing out these experience letters? And typically, the way we do it is we write those experience letters so that, the employee can just go and get them signed from their previous employers. And again, this is important because you have to be able to show USCIS that you got this experience at prior jobs or when you were previously studying. And the reason is because if you tell USCIS that I got these sets of skills from the employer that I'm currently with, then what USCIS and the government is going to think is, well, why can't this employer just take somebody from the US labor market and train them for the same set of skills and the same set of job responsibilities, right? So that's why it's very important to be able to show where you got this work experience. And that's why I'm hammering home this point because I've seen RFEs where, a client will approach me after they filed all of this paperwork, but they didn't submit any experience letters. And that's a big problem. That's a big challenge. Um, the other thing you have to show is the employer's ability to pay the wages at this stage, right? So the employer, by way of tax returns, audited financial reports, they must be able to show USCIS that position we are sponsoring this individual's green card for, we can actually pay it out, and we have the funds to do so. And then lastly, this is also where you're finally informing USCIS of your EB2 versus EB3 determination, right? And that is also why they collect all of those experience letters, those qualification documents at this stage. They don't take it at the Department of Labor stage where you're submitting the PWD or the PERM. USCIS at the I-140 stage, they're the ones that are going to collect all of that information to make sure that your determination of an EB2 versus EB3 is in fact correct, and they can validate that, and they can also make sure that an individual qualifies for the category that they're claiming to be in. And so that's in a nutshell the I-140 process and some of the documentation that goes into supporting the application.
All right. Thank you for the detailed explanation on what is an I-140 filing and the process.
Are you an IT consultant seeking a new opportunity? We offer job placement services for US citizens, green cards, EADs, and visa holders. We also sponsor various work visas like H-1B, E3, TN, and green cards. 20 plus years of experience in the industry, exceptional employee benefits, highly rated by our employees, global presence with 200 plus recruiters and direct clients. Connect with us. Call us on the number 833-412-8472 or mail us at support@higheritpeople.com or visit our website www.higheritpeople.com.